Welcome back to the Simple English Podcast, the show where we break down the best tips for speaking English fluently with just the right touch of fun. I'm your host, Lisa, and today we're diving into a topic many of you have asked about: how to speak English like a native speaker. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is it even possible? Well, yes, it absolutely is. Whether you're learning English for work, travel, or just to connect with people, speaking English with confidence and natural flow is totally achievable. And to help us with that today, we have a very special guest, Jacob. He's a language coach who's been teaching English for over 10 years and has some fantastic insights to share. Don't forget to check out the free PDF file in the comment section below to get the full transcript and vocabulary for this episode. Welcome to the podcast, Jacob.
Thanks, Lisa. I'm so excited to be here and talk about how we can make English sound more natural. I've seen a lot of students struggle with this, but it's all about small steps. And today, we'll go over some really effective ways to sound more like a native speaker.
Awesome, Jacob. Let's get into it. All right, so Jacob, what's the first step towards sounding more like a native speaker? Is it all about pronunciation, or is there more to it?
Great question. Many learners think it's just about pronunciation, like mastering those tricky vowel sounds, but it's actually more than that. Native speakers don't just speak clearly, they also use certain expressions, rhythm, and even body language in their speech. For example, in everyday conversation, we often drop words or blend sounds together. So, the key is really about communication, using a natural flow of words and phrases.
So it's about sounding fluent rather than just correct. Can you give us an example of what you mean by that?
For sure. Here's an example. In English, we often say, "I'm going to the store," but a native speaker might say, "I'm going to go to the store." We drop the to and use gonna instead. This may seem small, but it's one of those things that makes English sound much more natural. We also do it with phrases like "I want to" becoming "I wanna," or "I have to" becoming "I have to."
Yeah, I hear that all the time in movies, but I didn't realize it was a key part of speaking like a native. Are there any other examples you can share? Maybe something people wouldn't expect?
Absolutely. Another common feature of native speech is the use of fillers. Those little words or sounds that help us pause or think while speaking. Things like like, or, native speakers use these all the time, especially in informal conversations. It might sound strange at first, but these fillers actually help us sound more relaxed and less formal.
Right, we've all heard someone say, or like when they're thinking. But here's the thing. If learners don't use them, their English might sound a little stiff or robotic. So it's all about finding that balance of using the right expressions and filler words naturally, without overdoing it, of course.
Exactly. And speaking of balance, let's talk about another important tip: intonation. Native speakers use changes in pitch, rhythm, and stress to add meaning to their sentences. For example, if you say, "You're going to the party," with a rising intonation, it sounds like a question. But if you say it with a falling intonation, it sounds more like a statement. Intonation can totally change the meaning.
Wow, I never thought about it that way. So it's not just about saying the words correctly, but about how we say them. I bet this is something learners can practice by listening to real-life conversations, right?
Exactly. Listening to native speakers is one of the best ways to pick up natural intonation and phrasing. You can listen to podcasts, watch TV shows, or even talk with friends. Pay attention to how the conversation flows and try to mimic it. Even if you don't understand everything at first, your ear will start to recognize the patterns. Did you know that English is one of the only languages where we use so many borrowed words from other languages? Think about it. Words like ballet from French, piano from Italian, or kindergarten from German, they've all been absorbed into English and are used just like native words. So, speaking English like a native also means getting used to these borrowed words, which are super common in everyday conversations.
I love that. It's like English has a little piece of every language. And speaking of borrowing words, Jacob, do you think it's important for learners to pick up slang or regional expressions to sound more like a native?
Slang and idioms can definitely help make your English sound more natural, but I always say don't stress about using them perfectly right away. Focus on getting the basic conversation skills down first. Once you're comfortable, then you can start adding in slang to make your speech sound more authentic.
Great advice, Jacob. So, to wrap things up, becoming more like a native speaker isn't about memorizing complicated rules. It's about practicing, listening, and getting comfortable with the flow of the language.
Exactly, Lisa. Remember, language is about connection. It's not about being perfect. It's about being able to express yourself naturally and with confidence. And if you keep practicing, you'll get there.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you all learned some valuable tips about speaking English like a native. Jacob, thank you so much for joining us today.
It was my pleasure, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
And to our listeners, keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Simple English Podcast. Until then, take care and happy speaking. Okay, everyone, it's time to learn some important vocabulary related to the topic. The first word of today is intonation. It means the rise and fall of the voice when speaking, used to convey meaning. Example: using proper intonation can change a statement into a question. Next word is filler words. It means words or sounds like and like, used to pause or think during speech. Example: native speakers often use filler words to sound more natural. Next word is colloquialism. It means informal words or phrases used in everyday conversation. Example: phrases like gonna and wanna are common colloquialisms in English. Next word is rhythm. It means the pattern of sounds and beats in speech. Example: the rhythm of English sentences often follows a natural flow. Next word is contraction. It means a shortened form of a word or group of words, e.g., can't for cannot. Example: using contractions like don't can make your English sound more natural. The last word is idioms. It means expressions whose meanings are not literal but figurative. Example: learning idioms like hit the nail on the head can enrich your vocabulary. Thank you so much for listening to the Simple English Podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new. Bye for now.